trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading.
I'm here. I gotta get stuff ready. It might be the full 10 minutes.
Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my
Well, we've got an exciting show, don't we?
guiding me through my hopes and
Good morning, everybody.
I'm
Just closing some stuff, making sure that some other stuff is open. Let's just run that. By the way, just for everybody who commented on Spotfiy about me clearing my throat and the pops. Let me see. What was the actual comment? Let me look on yesterday's. And yes, let's see your library, and I will read the actual. You can do this by just going to Spotfiy and looking at the episode, but Let's see. Show all. 11 comments. So this person, Slosko, he's killing me with the gulping. It's like whistle talkers or nails on a chalkboard. Between that and the constant plugging of Seeking Alpha and Trendspider. By the way, FYI, great. The product, the announcements, it's working, douchebag, because you know exactly what they are. It makes it hard to listen to. It just keeps getting worse. Chew some gum or something to get rid of the cotton mouth. No, I'm not gonna chew gum. Just for the shits and giggles, I ate fucking yogurt, douchebag. I ate yogurt this morning, so it's gonna get worse. I told him, I told Slosko, I said, I suggest you don't listen. Just saying. You won't be missed. There's plenty of podcasts out there to listen to. I hope you find one that fits your desire. Maybe do your own. Just a suggestion, since you seem to know what other people mind listening to, douchebag. Let's see. There was another comment. Let me see. There was another comment. Love the podcast, but might have to stop listening because you swallow so goddamn loud in the microphone. It's called ASMR, and I think that's what people tune in for. maybe I'll comment that it's ASMR. Oh, let's see. I gotta get on just to make sure. I hope it doesn't glitch like yesterday for everybody and I have to redo it and blah blah blah. Thumbs up. Good. 20 people, 10 thumbs up. Boy, that's healthy. Okay, it finally started. Yeah, I don't think it bothers most people, and if it does bother somebody, my point, go and just get the newsletter. The newsletter doesn't have gulping. The newsletter has the same content that the podcast does, and FYI, you can literally get Substack to read the newsletter. You can literally get it to read the newsletter. So it just shows me that people aren't using their imagination when they're bothered. They're just literally complaining. And so that's why, F you. It's not my job to comfort you. What are you, 4? 3? You're the crying baby in a department store. And my goal is to get you off from a crying baby. Babies can't help themselves. Adults can. So quit your complaining. Just quit it. And by the way, does anything matter anymore other than the taco trade and tariffs? I mean, we can go over everything, but we're going to go over a lot. Let's see. And I do have to look at the charts. I haven't looked at the charts this morning, but Tempest down 19% on the short report. Hey, that's an opportunity. We'll talk about that one. BlackRock planning on Circle Internet IPO. This is one to mark. I don't usually go with IPOs, but this one, I think you could see an enormous pop on that one. Salesforce, Nvidia, I'm just showing, hey, you can get the earnings calls and all the analysis. Salesforce killed it. This downturn in this, I don't understand it. I don't get it. SentinelOne, 13% down. This, I don't get either. But they did, there was some issues. So it's not like, it's why I have PanW. I think PanW is actually just a better cybersecurity play. HP crashed. And what's interesting about this one is it's all about the tariffs. And if you didn't know, there was some tariff news last night. We're going to look at the biggest movers because obviously Nvidia. We are going to talk about the behemoth. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Nvidia, China is going to be a key to Nvidia, and it's kind of one of these balancing acts that you have to invest in the leader. So, but Nvidia, Sam says it perfectly. Hey, it was a quarter of all quarters, 8th or 9th in a row. So that's your earnings stuff. I do think Arista Networks is a good opportunity. Now, it's down 3% in the pre-market. But I do think that one's a good one. Monster hit all-time highs. Okta, I said it would fill the gap. It did. Is that a buy right now? We'll look at it. And this is why I hold PanW. We'll go over that. That's a response to the CEO who was pointed out yesterday. There was a fight on CNBC literally between two traders who were arguing over PanW or CrowdStrike. I mean, it's basically like, you know, Buffy and her friend Beth fighting over which yacht is bigger. I mean, that's what it was like. But, you know, again, it is what it is. Are you bullish or bearish? This was such a great clip. It's 2 minutes, 29 seconds. It's 2 minutes. I'll discuss it. And then we're going to go into detail on the whole Trump tariff situation. I wish there was live video from the White House when that decision was sent down, because Stephen Miller's head actually literally exploded when asked about it, which makes me kind of happy because I think that man is just trash, total trash. This is when he was asked about the taco trade. And I found Judge, the Fox News judge, who's always got a glass of wine with her in the back, as you know, and just the comments. I mean, the taco POTUS. I mean, Trump always checks out. I mean, Grok is just having a field day with that. So we'll talk about, you know, the tariffs and trade war and stuff like that. But it's going to be I promise some good stuff. Let me put in the ASMR because I think that was a good joke that I just came up with. On Spotfiy. Okay. So it is funny because I thought about it. I'm a huge Howard Stern fan, and I don't listen to him anymore. It was the good old days, you know, when it was the good old days. But I was a huge Howard Stern fan, and comedically, that man put on a show for 5-6 hours a day for years and years and years, and just kept people interested. And there was a lot there. So I often think about Gary. His producer, and how Howard always made fun of him with his throat clearing and stuff like that. My name is Gary, and I have a throat problem. But yeah, it's an issue. I mean, I won't. It's the morning. I literally wake up and come and do this show. So I have breakfast, and I come over to. I'm going to remove them all. I come over here and, why is this? Remove this. We'll remove that. Thanks, Tim. By the way, good morning, Nathan, Rosa, Jacob, Laura, Wendy, Larry, Chris, Jacob, Wendy, Bob, Chris, and Tim. Gary Delabate, yes. The iPad was a bit of a stumble, Timothy. Boff, can I get some shrimp and some orange juice, please? So, you know what? I am going to put you on a countdown because I am going to go grab a glass of water. So I will be right back.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily
Okay, I'm back, but my camera effed up. Oh. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think here's the Gen X character. I don't enjoy when people like disparage me or tell me, but it doesn't get to me either, because I mean, come on, realistically, who cares? I don't care what other people think. I don't do this. And I say this all the time. I don't do this show for other people. I do this for the people that enjoy it, and for the people that don't, just tune out. Just literally, quiet quitting is what I think the kids say during the Riz these days. Just quiet quit this show. I mean, honestly, just quiet quit the show. I do it for myself. I think enough people get a benefit out of it, so I continue to do it. And yeah, if you're gonna have a problem with me, but they'll be back. The content's good. I'm telling you, the content is good. I know this is the show that I wish I had in my 20s and 30s to listen to. And that's the way I put the show together every day. Exactly. Okay. QQQ. Okay, we are up. The intro so rocks, Nathan. I'm telling you, that was the greatest piece. I mean, AI peaked at that point for me. When AI wrote that song for me, that was its peak. Exactly, Olga. I'm gonna have my third cup of coffee. Penny is currently on the back of the couch, looking at, I can't see her in this room. This is the front of the house, but in the back of the house, she's on the couch, looking at squirrels and protecting the entire house. Yeah, I think people like it, but okay, let's get into the podcast. Let me hit the record button. Good morning. It is Thursday, May 29th, and I believe today is Liberation Day. It's the official Liberation Day. We'll go over the Trump tariffs, what the next steps are, everything that you need to know about that, because I have moved from a foreign policy expert to a presidential historian, legal scholar, a bond expert, shipping and supply chain expert. Now I'm a legal scholar with specialty on the U.S. Court of International Trade, which everyone knew existed, right? Everybody knew this court existed. 3-panel judge. Now it moves to a 9-judge panel. We'll go over all of that. And the other big news is Nvidia. There's a lot of things around this. I will include some stuff, but just to address the comments on Spotfiy last night about me clearing my throat. If you didn't know, this podcast is not just about stocks. It's ASMR. So if you're going to complain about me gulping, about me, the noises that I make that come out of my body. I mean, I could literally have flatulence on this thing, and it's ASMR. So I just for those people that complained yesterday, and I know you're freaking listening today, just for those people, I had yogurt this morning. Get ready. It's going to be epic for ASMR folks. So you'll enjoy this. Let's just start out today with the tariff stuff. I mean, we're going to go into it. I don't want to look at the charts. I want to look at this tariff stuff because this is the big news. And it's big news. First, the taco trade. And if you don't know what the taco trade is, it was rumored on Wall Street, the taco trade. It was behind the scenes. It was kind of just muddled about. It's Trump always chickens out. That's what it stands for. And if you think that I'm joking about that, this is the clip from yesterday where he's basically told about the taco trade. And you can see this woman in the background, who, by the way, probably has a glass of wine or two right before this press conference. She's laughing. She's laughing, and she's like, oh, yeah, we know about the taco trade. I mean, Grok went nuts. Trump always chickens out, and then he gets so angry. So he went ballistic over the reporter bringing up. Then the big news hit. And the news is the trade court strikes down Trump's April tariffs. They basically said no tariffs, none, zero, based on the emergency powers that he cited from 1977. They said the president doesn't have the right to do this. That's huge news. The futures took off, okay? Everything took off. It's a big problem for the administration. Expect huge volatility. Remember, the tariffs were, and I'm going to explain this kind of the way I see it, and it's going to get political, so I'm sorry for that one. But the reality of it is, Trump is actually Elizabeth Warren. Okay, Elizabeth Warren wants to tax the rich. She wants corporations to pay more. Well, what do the tariffs do? The tariffs force companies to pay more. The tariffs force consumers to pay more. So it's not just the rich that are paying that. But that was what was funding the tax cuts. Because when you do the budget in that big, beautiful bill and you cut taxes, you need to offset that with revenues. And that was what the tariffs were. So just understand that tax deal that's now in the Senate that the Republicans are screaming that isn't budget neutral and they need to cut more costs. Now they even need to cut more costs, because the tariffs aren't there. So expect volatility. Any reaction is an overreaction. And if you want to read all the things that goes on, the Constitution assigns Congress the exclusive powers to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, and to regulate commerce with foreign nations, the court wrote. That's the basis of this. Now, there are avenues of discussion that can go back, but let's just turn on the after hours on a 5-minute chart on this. Oh, and by the way, the GDP was revised, so you're gonna see some volatility on that one too. It took the market down a little bit, but this is what happened yesterday afternoon as this started to come out and as it opened. We were soaring. Okay, this was also Nvidia news. There's a lot in there, but what does it all mean? I mean, at the end of the day, what does it mean? Well, tariff uncertainty will reinforce the Fed's wait and see. Remember, the Fed, they want to cut rates, but they need data to cut the rates. And if the data implies inflation, which they've said the tariffs are inflationary, they won't cut rates. You're going to see the Federal Reserve wait and see. And this could play out a long time in the markets. So I've got two scenarios for you. One, assume the decision is right and the market rips, therefore enabling the Fed to lower rates, as inflation most likely won't be going up. Remember, inflation without those tariffs is under control, and the Fed has said that. If that happens and Trump continues his appeal, he could crash the markets if the Supreme Court rules that he has the power to imply. There's your Liberation Day 2.0. Remember what happened on Liberation Day when the market crashed? There's your Liberation 2.0. The other scenario is the markets continue to be uncertain and are limited until a decision is reached, and the Fed continues to be tied up and says we can't move until there's a decision, as we see tariffs as inflationary. And that's what UBS says. So those two scenarios are what the market could do. But if the market starts ripping and we don't see inflation going up, and then all of a sudden Trump is allowed to do the tariffs again, expect Liberation Day 2.0. You want to be prepared. Okay? 4 ways Trump can reimpose the tariff struck down. 1, administration could quickly replace the 10% across the tariffs with similar tariffs up to 15% under Section 122. I will leave that to you reading. The U.S. Trade Representative could quickly launch Section 301 investigations. This would take time. Section 232, based on national security grounds, which President Trump has already used for steel, aluminum, and autos, could be broadened to cover other sectors like pharmaceuticals and chips. Section 388 of the Trade Act of 1930 allows the president to impose tariffs of up to 50% on imports from companies that discriminate against the U.S. This authority has never been used, is similar to the authority under 301, except that it limits the amount of tariffs, but does not require a formal investigation. So, again, what's the administration going to do? We don't know. We don't know. Expect fiery talk from the administration and announcements that will take the markets down. This reaction from the markets is the market saying, we hate tariffs. That's 100% what the market is saying. We hate tariffs. It's clear. Okay? Add to it, this opens the door for the Fed to lower rates because inflation doesn't go up. That could be a severely bumpy road. I'm just saying, expect volatility. Any reaction, including this uptick in the market, is an overreaction. And I still say we are range bound by earnings, and that's my take on it. So I would ask, go and watch this 2-minute and 29-second clip of the Compound and Friends with Josh and Michael. It is brilliant. Are you bullish or bearish? That's essentially what this is. Is everybody ignoring Trump? Because Trump has been saying, hey, the tariffs are coming, and he's been pushing it off, and the taco trade. This was prior to the announcement last night. It was recorded. So you have to know that, yes, we are in an uncertain market. And if you have stocks that you want to take profits on, or if you have, gains that you want to lock in, lock them in. And yes, the yogurt is kicking in, just so you know. Here's what I want you to know about the markets. And I'm going to put this in very, very simple terms. Think of it this way. You go to a car dealership and the sticker price is, say, $22,000 for a car. It's not going to be. But somebody comes in there and says, you know what? I'm willing to pay $25,000. The car dealership's going to take the $25,000. No time in history has any person paid more than $540 for the QQQ stock. When you get back to all-time highs, at no time in history has anybody paid more than the all-time high for a stock. Okay? You're going to have to convince somebody, and that's what the markets are all about. You're going to have to convince somebody that it's worth more. That's why I try and not buy at all-time highs. It goes for VOO. It goes for individual stocks. If you are at an all-time high, you have to convince the market that it's worth more. And that's typically going to be some catalyst, whether it's earnings, whether it's a change in management, whether it's, something. Again, you're going to have to convince the marketplace that it's worth more. And so as more money comes in, it's supply and demand. Remember we talked about yesterday how more money's coming in? That can drive prices higher because it's looking for places to go. But again, when you get to, this is why it's so hard to break through all-time highs and why you see double tops, why you see those resistance levels at the top, is because you have to convince the market that it's worth more than somebody has ever paid for that stock. So I want you to remember that as we are in all-time highs. Again, 540 for QQQ. And I put these in the newsletter yesterday. As the highs. We can just go down here. I think I put it in. QQQ, 3.8% away, $20 away. VOO, $20 away. DIA, which is the Dow, $28 away. IWN, $37 away. So just remember exactly what you're paying for and why you're paying for it. Because if you are at a 52-week high, and we can just go to QQQ, and why I like seeing this page on Seeking Alpha is I can go over here and I can look at this 52-week range right here. And I can say, you know what? 540 is the all-time high. Do I want to pay $525 right now, thinking that I only have a $25 lift on this? Is that worth it? To me, it's a little bit of a question. You know, do I want to throw the money that I've got on the sidelines while we're at all-time highs, or do I want to wait for a little dip? Maybe there's a 5% dip in here when they start, appealing this decision. Who knows? But whatever you want, there's tools out there. And Trendspider, here are free scanners available on the Trendspider store. Okay, doubler scan. This scan identifies stocks in the Nasdaq composite that have doubled in price over the past 52 sessions while maintaining strong volume and price levels. Import it into your Trendspider system. Okay, surely oversold scan. This scan identifies stocks in the NYSE, and you can change where it scans. You can do the daily stock pick core portfolio. It identifies stocks that have entered oversold territory on 3 RSI lengths, 14, 9, and 5, within the last 5 trading days. Any reaction is an overreaction. When it gets oversold, it could bounce back up. Import that scan. Recent Congress buys. Yes, scan for stocks in the Nasdaq composite that any member of Congress has bought within the last 20 days. You can get that under what's happening now, and you can scan for all of this stuff. Okay, there are tons and tons of scanners. So import all of that into your Trendspider setup. And how do you get Trendspider? Go over to Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. It's right on your screen, and it's this top link. You can get it for as little as $52 a month. That, again, if you're not trading enough money, or if your portfolio is not big and you don't think that you can make $52 a month in actually trading, get yourself a free chart. Okay, go to Thinkorswim, go to Webull. You can go over to Linktree right here, and down here there's Webull. Webull has a desktop app that shows you charts, and it has charts on its mobile phone. You can get that along with free stocks when you sign up. But again, Trendspider just makes things easier to find stocks, and you can import those into your system. Now, you want to know why I like Palo Alto Networks? Their CEO, again, he watches stuff. And yesterday on CNBC, I was watching live during lunchtime. There was a fight between Malcolm and Stephanie Link. Am I following Malcolm? No, I'm not, but I am going to follow him. I like them. And it was over CrowdStrike versus Palo Alto Networks. And you can watch the clip right here. Nikesh is the CEO of Palo Alto Networks. The CEO knows a thing or two about his own business. Okay? So he addresses Scott Wapner. I don't care if people sell our stock, which Malcolm was saying that he was doing because he was buying CrowdStrike. But please ensure your guests know their facts. 1, we are not 50% reliant on the Fed. 5% is what he says. 2, we are not only on premise, we cross $5 billion in next generation security, all delivered through a cloud. Number 3, one of our fastest growing businesses is Zero Trust. We might know a thing or two. Yes. Number 4, we are platformizing our way not just into customer hearts, also into cybersecurity budgets. Our largest deal in this quarter was $90 million. It's a good business, like I said. And Stephanie Link stood up for him. It's a $200 stock. I will tell you, It is probably range bound at this point until it can get out of this. But you can see, remember, when you get to all-time highs, you need to convince somebody to pay more than they have ever paid for it. And the high is 208 right now. Now its valuation, it is extended. This is how you evaluate a stock. Growth, it's a little bit stretched. Not great. Profitability, unbelievable. Momentum in the stock, even though it's down 2% over 6 months, even though it's down 3% in 3 months, it's better than the sector. And 9 months, you're doing way better than sector. 1 year, far better. 21% over 1 year, where the sector's down 5%. And its revisions, they are guiding up. Okay, 44 earnings per share revisions up, 2 down. Revenue, 41 up, 5 down in the last 90 days. That's a stock I want to own. Now, the quant thinks it's a hold. Wall Street says it's a $211 stock, which is a 12% upside. Am I buying it here? Probably not. But am I buying it at 142 when it dipped down there? Absolutely. Look at this one back in April at 153. A bargain, an absolute bargain. I own this one for the management. It's a good company with good products, with good profits, and good management. So that's a company that I want to own. And I agree with Stephanie Link. Go and watch this YouTube video that's on the link and tell me what you think, because I not only own Palo Alto, but I also own CrowdStrike, and it's for different reasons, and it's for different time frames. Palo Alto, number one in their business, okay, largest cybersecurity. I want to own the big boy. CrowdStrike, it's the grower. And so you can compare these two, and you can even look at the company description, okay? Competitor, Palo Alto, SentinelOne, Microsoft. And you can look at this one. Valuation is significantly stretched. Growth, robust growth. Profitability, and this is CrowdStrike. Profitability is mixed, but it's got an A. Momentum is unbelievable. Revisions, their revisions are actually coming down over the last 90 days. This one is one I trade. The one that I own is Palo Alto Networks. And when you analyze this one with AI, you can see Cisco Systems, CrowdStrike, Fortinet. The valuation, expensive. It's price to earnings, PE of 107, higher than the sector, significantly higher. Company's growth presents a mixed picture. While year-over-year revenue has grown 14%, I love that. The earnings per share diluted growth is negative 50. Highlighting challenges in earnings expansion. And yes, they are changing their business. And that is something that I knew, but it's the big boy. Profitability, strong profitability, net income margin of 14%. So even if you don't know how to look at businesses, you can easily take a look at just the factor grades, the Wall Street Seeking Alpha analysts, and this is what Seeking Alpha Premium's all about. You take a look at this, you listen to these traders, and then you go and do the research yourself. Okay, that's Seeking Alpha Premium. And that is the third link here on Linktree. And when you go over, you can get free 7-day trial and $30 off when you use my link. So I like that one. Again, I like that one. Now, using charts and not necessarily fundamentals, I said yesterday that Okta was going to cover the gap down to 105. The low yesterday, 105.22. 105.22. Now, has it reset enough? Remember, going into earnings, this was extra strong. And I said, hey, going into earnings like that, we should see a pullback. The next leg down, okay? The next leg down would be this 50-day. That is in the middle of the Bollinger Bands. It's not, if you get this one under 100, I think you're doing well. It just ran too far. It's too expensive. When you look at Wall Street, they think it's a $123 stock. Okay? The valuation stretched, growth great, profitability, momentum, and revisions fantastic. When you look at the 52-week range, you're right in the middle. So you're not high. Go and research the company. Understand why booking profits at 120 was the way to play this one. Going into those earnings, it doesn't take a genius to look at that chart and say the last earnings you saw this huge move up. We might be seeing a move down. So again, have your charts ready. Now another one that hit all-time highs yesterday, Monster Beverage, MNST. I don't talk about this one because I own Coke and I own Pepsi. Those are my drink specialties that I own. But this one hit all-time highs. And we can look at this. This is a monster stock. Sorry for the pun, but it's a monster. And you can clearly see, if you go back to 2021 and you look at those highs, it has provided you support around 49. You are trading at 63. It's all-time highs. You don't want to buy a stock at all-time highs. You want to buy it when it dips down. And when we look at this, the valuation is just extended. Are you going to pay 34 times forward earnings, the PE, for a company in a sector that trades at 16? That's hard, but their growth is a C. You know, again, this one, I don't understand it. I don't drink Monster beverages. I don't get it. Zevia, which I actually think is a better soda than Monster, to be honest with you, it's a strong buy in the quant. The only issue is the profitability. And this one is in the middle of its 52-week range. So could it trade up? Maybe, but I'm not in the beverage portion. I own Coke. I own Pepsi. They are the big boys. I like those. One that I like, that's actually pulled back a little bit, is Arista Networks. Arista and Cisco as key beneficiaries to the AI switching opportunity. Arista Networks, ANET. This is one, again, when you look at the 52-week range, you're right in the middle. The valuation's not as stretched as it was when it was up at 130. Where does Wall Street think that it's at? 106. That's a 15% upside. Okay, it has 1.89 short, so you're not going to get a short squeeze. But the numbers look okay in this. The forward PE at 36, it's a little bit stretched, but it's always been stretched because this is an AI trade. And you can analyze it with AI. And you can go in here and look, Cisco, Juniper, Hewlett Packard. So read up on it. I like this one. Set an alert. You can go over here in Seeking Alpha, and you can use the 4-hour algorithm if you want to buy at 71, and you're trading at 92 right along the 200-day right now. If you look at a weekly chart on this one, the Bollinger Bands are wide open, okay? I would wait for them to cinch up a little bit. You can see when Bollinger Bands cinch up, you typically take off, and it's always traded at the top of the Bollinger Band. I mean, that goes all the way back to 2023 where it's been trading at the top of the Bollinger Band. The MACD indicating that it's well below the oscillator. The RSI is only at 51. And again, they're saying, hey, this could move. Now let's talk about the other giant elephant in the room is Nvidia. Nvidia pops on Q1 results, guidance, tops expectations. It was a quarter of quarters. 9 quarters in a row, 8 quarters in a row. They have beaten estimates. Initial reaction was up 5%. You're up 5% right now. Ironically, Nvidia also, it did move to a strong buy, I think. I think you're going to see this move to a strong buy. I got an alert that it did move to a strong buy. I don't know why, but I think I have a note that it did. I think it was in the email this morning. Here's my take on this one. It's trading at 142. And you can see the all-time high is 153. If you didn't buy this at 100, why the F would you buy it at 140? Is it because you want to chase the hype? Is it because something changed? What changed in your mind that says, now I have to get into this? If you want to add to your position, it's obviously a winner. Are you going to add to it? I would say It's a little bit expensive at this point. It's not crazy historically, but it is a little bit expensive. But if you don't own this one and you do not buy it at 142, buy it at 100. Are you in a bull market right now with this stock? No. You're still in a sideways market in this stock. It hasn't all of a sudden exploded up. That 140 has provided the resistance before. So I wouldn't be buying right here. I would be waiting a few days at least to see what the market does. The 4-hour algorithm wins 57% of the time. Where did the 4-hour algorithm get you in? 106. If you don't have the tools to actually buy it and have something that takes emotion out of it, like Trendspider, like a chart, like the 4-hour algorithm that says, hey, I'm going to win 57% of the time when I buy this thing, don't buy it at 142. Don't just hope and pray that this goes up, because Nvidia does have some issues. They do. You can read all about the earnings right there. Now, Sam is saying the Nvidia ratings are piling in. Nvidia stock price target raised 175. Mizuho raises to 170. N.A. Davidson lifts stock price target to 135. You're well above that. I don't know why they'd raise it there, but they remain neutral. Jefferies maintains the stock buy with a 185 target. Evercore outperform with 190. Cantor, $200 stock price amid upbeat outlook. Truist, Nvidia stock target raised to 210. Stifel maintains its Nvidia buy rating 180. KeyBank 190 outperformed. Raymond James stock price target of 165 remains a strong buy. Again, if you can turn this weekly resistance of 140 into support, that's when it's 100, and that's when you want to buy at 140. Not today. You haven't tested this thing. So understand there's strategies around this stuff. And one of the biggest issues is China. I'm not sure Trump, with the whole tariff situation, is going to be, let's let Nvidia sell into China completely, because it was a national security issue. It's not something where he's just restricting it to restrict it. But it's clear Nvidia is trying to work both sides of the aisle. They're saying, you know what, we're going to comply with the administration. And then they're saying, well, we want to sell into China because that's what, an $80 billion business that they're passing up in China. It's some huge number. The issue is going to be, if Nvidia can't get into China, Huawei, which is China's competition, is not restricted and could rival or beat Nvidia. That's what we saw with DeepSeek. Now, Nvidia is playing both sides because, remember, Nvidia was selling record numbers of chips to Singapore companies. Singapore hasn't upgraded their electricity infrastructure in decades. Okay, it's still got a great infrastructure, but there's no way all of those chips were being used in Singapore. They were Chinese shell companies. And Singapore gladly sold it to Nvidia sold it gladly to Singapore companies. And they knew it was going to China. So they're not complicit. It's whack-a-mole. The Trump administration is trying to play whack-a-mole. Jensen Huang is standing by the president saying, we support you. He's playing both sides of things. So I do think that there's some upside to this. I think it does hit 160 at some point this year, but the market is not going to let this market cap. It is market cap restricted, and I say that because this is one of 3 companies that has a $3 trillion market cap. And there is no way that the market is going to let this get to a $4 trillion market cap. Okay, how do you get market cap? You just take the number of shares outstanding times the price of the stock, and that's the market cap. And it's very simple. It will not let it get that big. It was just a few years ago that Apple became the first company to hit $1 trillion market cap, and everybody said it's not possible. Well, now we're at $3 trillion. Do you think a company can get to $6 trillion? Probably not in this market. And Nvidia doesn't have, again, the dominance to do that type of thing. So I want you to be careful. I want you to make sure that you have Nvidia in your portfolio. I do. I have a big portion of Nvidia. You know, it's not my top 5 position. I'd like it to be based on today, because I think the opportunity has been there. Again, just back in April, this was a $100 stock. Okay? Year to date, you're only even. 1 year, you're up 18%. It just hasn't moved that much. It's not worth chasing. And I'm not saying it's not worth holding. It's just not worth chasing. So Nvidia, obviously the big mover of the day. Another one that moved is C3 AI. Okay, AI beat earnings per share, missed revenue. And you'd say, well, how's it up 12%? When the company reported better than expected fourth quarter earnings with a narrower non-GAAP EPS loss of 8. How's it up? How's it up? Well, when we go over here and we look at it, it's got a 16% short interest. It just takes some decent news, nothing major, just, hey, we're doing better than expected to make those shorts cover. And that's what's called a short squeeze. And you're seeing 16% up. Do you go and buy this one? It's a shit show of a company. I am not a fan of this company whatsoever. So I'm not saying go out and buy it. You can do your research. If you have Seeking Alpha, if you have another tool, do your research. But I think it's a short squeeze. Now, some people are saying, hey, with tonight's Dell earnings, I think John asked me, tonight's Dell earnings. Tonight is, let's see, Costco, Dell, Marvell, Zscaler, Alta, Path. You got a ton of earnings tonight. Well, Dell is one that I took out of the core portfolio. Okay. I just thought, hey, with tariffs, it's an issue. HPQ last night, it was all about the guidance and tariffs. They said it will take until later this year to get everything in order. But with the tariff issue now resolved for the short period, is this an overreaction? Well, HPQ, in my mind, again, its valuation, it is super cheap. I mean, it is super, super cheap. But its growth sucks. Okay? Its momentum sucks. Its revisions suck. So you've got a lot of issues with this stock, even though it looks like a value trap. And that's what a value trap is. It just, again, look at HPQ. If the stock price on a weekly basis is going upper left to bottom right in that short term, and we just don't have any real support down here, you're trading at what, $23? Let's just put a line at $23. I mean, I assign those $35 ones up there, but let's just put a line at $23. Where are we? You're right there. Maybe it's a good support level. You've hit it once. You've hit it back here in April. And maybe the tariffs are out. So maybe it's a good opportunity. For me, I'm staying away from it. I just don't have any interest in it. It could be a trade, but again, I don't have any interest in it. One that I brought up before with Palo Alto Networks is Sentinel-1. Sentinel-1, Sentinel-1 beat on earnings per share and revenue, but their guidance sucked. Okay? Their AI platform is becoming good. Again, it was the guidance. It's down 14%. And we can go and look at this chart. It was strong heading into earnings. Again, the move from 17 to 19. And this one just can't get over its 200-day. You've got a gap up here at 28. But when we look at this, it's just a sideways move. And to get back to the 200-day, you're at 25. In pre-market, you're at 16. Is it a good buy? In my mind, I don't think so. Again, I am staying with CrowdStrike and Palo Alto Networks in this thing. Zscaler reports tonight. That could be a big mover. You're seeing CrowdStrike, you're seeing Palo Alto and Sentinel-1 be taken down by multiple percentage. Maybe Zscaler gets taken down. Maybe Zscaler is actually taking some customers away. That's the shot that you take. But if you want to analyze with AI and look at their competitors, it's CrowdStrike, it's Palo Alto, and it's Microsoft. So is Zscaler a great one going into earnings? So far, cybersecurity has knocked it out of the park. And look at that move heading into earnings from April, 193 up to 250. And you're at 52-week highs. I'd be taking profits, to be honest with you, if I was in that one. Okay? The other big one, Salesforce. Now, this one just came out of the Alpha Picks portfolio. It's no longer in the Alpha Picks portfolio. But they showed Q1 financial results demonstrate AI traction. We built a deeply unified enterprise AI platform with agents, data apps, and metadata that is unmatched in the industry. With Agentforce, Data Cloud, and our Customer 360 apps, Tableau, and Slack all built into one trusted unified foundation, companies of every size can build a digital labor force, boosting productivity, reducing costs, and accelerating growth. That's what this is. This is just a behemoth of a software company. And it's down 1.92%. Why? It's expensive. And again, they have to blow it out of the park. They have to do a ton. And they're just not growing enough. 8% revenue growth year over year. I can find better places to put my money. And that's just it. And again, if you want all of this, because this was an Alpha Pick, understand Alpha Picks, it's a portfolio with about 40 stocks. I think it's 36 or 40. It beats the S&P, over the same time period. It's 2 stocks a month. You get one on the 1st, one on the 15th. We got one coming up. You get the alerts when to sell. It is a managed portfolio. It teaches you about portfolio management. So when I told you about getting Seeking Alpha Premium, you can get a bundle with Premium and Alpha Picks. It's the perfect complement. Okay, and it saves you over $150. Go over to Linktree. It's the second link. If you want Alpha Picks by itself, it's the 4th link. But again, Salesforce was just one. Now, I do want to point out that you do get this management view, these earnings calls insights. This is AI, and it basically summarizes all of the earnings. So you can take a look at it, risks and concerns, the final takeaway, it's all in there. Okay, that's part of Seeking Alpha Premium. You can get it for Nvidia. You can get it for every one that the quant covers. And it goes into depth about everything, the Q&A, all of it. And that's included in Seeking Alpha Premium. Let's bring up a couple more things. One, I am not a big fan of IPOs. I've said this before, but one that I have circled on my calendar is Circle. Pardon the pun. It's a stable coin. And again, I'm not a crypto guy. I buy IBIT for my Bitcoin, and I just buy and hold. I don't trade around it. I just buy and hold because I'm building that position in my portfolio. I want to get it between 1% and 5% of my total portfolio. I think it's currently less than 1%. I don't know the exact, but I'm waiting for IBIT for Bitcoin to actually dip back. But BlackRock is said to plan on buying the Circle IPO. This is the one, the stable coin that's behind USD. It's the biggest stable coin out there. It is an incredibly profitable business. There has been some question about how they run it, but again, it's been incredibly profitable. And the reason it's profitable, say you want to buy something, you have to use stable coins to do it in the crypto world. And this is the largest one that does this. Say they have $8 billion under management. I don't know what the financials are. We will get more as it comes out, and it's priced around June 4th and June 5th. But you will start to see this. Just think of the interest on $1 billion with a company that doesn't have to do anything other than just house money. They can make a tremendous amount of money by just housing money and charging fees. That's it. Kathy Woods said to be interested in buying. BlackRock said to be interested in buying. Mark it on your calendar. Okay, it's going to be CRCL. It's June 4th, June 5th. I think it's interesting. Another interesting one. We've seen this game before. Rinse and repeat. A short report comes out about a stock. Tempest AI. This is one that Nancy Pelosi bought. So if I go over here to what's happening now and I do the Pelosi tracker right here and I see Friday, January 17th, she bought, what'd she buy it at? Let's see. Friday, January 17th. Let's do January 17th. It was trading at around, let's see, $50. Let's go and look at the strategy tester on the 4-hour algorithm. Does it work on this one? It beats buy and hold. Doesn't have you in right now. But Tempest AI, it got taken down yesterday. It's up slightly today, 1.1%. It's just hovering around that 200-day. You can buy it at the same price that Nancy Pelosi bought it at. And enjoy the gains. Because I put this one, this was the Pelosi buy where she made 162%. Did she get out? We haven't seen a filing yet, so we don't know. But you can mark all of this in your Trendspider data, in your Trendspider, and set an alert for when it does. Again, you've got to follow the greatest trader in history. And Trendspider allows you to do that. So if we look at the markets, they've kind of come back a little bit from the euphoria of that trade deal. QQQ is up 1.1%. VOO is up just under 1%. I think the jobs number and some of the GDP stuff probably brought us back to reality. And I'm not seeing the market fly as much as it was, which is good. You know, Apple's up 1%. Amazon's up 1%. Nvidia is still up. Let's see. Nvidia is up 6.7%. It's flying even more. But again, have your tools available. We are in a very volatile market. I think as we go into this summer, August recess is when that tax bill wants to be done by, and they're saying they might not have enough time. And then you get this wrinkle of all this tariff stuff. Expect rhetoric. It's not don't fight the Fed anymore. It is literally don't fight the administration. And the market is saying, hey, we hate tariffs. So expect some really volatile and some really harsh words from the president on tariffs, how good they are, and blah, blah, blah. And that's going. We will have Liberation Day number 2. And at that point in time is when I will start buying. Big, I should say. I usually buy and sell, on my own, but I will buy big. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. Again, the newsletter is free. You can go over and just take the newsletter. But if you have any questions, hit me up. It's all on Linktree. Even my email address is up there on the right. Okay, take care. See you. Bye. Oh, a little ASMR. If you get this at the end, and I know that you can comment down on Spotfiy. But we'll just do a little ASMR to end the podcast today. Okay, take care. Bye. Flempalooza. Yeah. I could have a burping contest if we want. Remember the hot chicks in bikinis burping contest that Stern had? I think it was at K-Rock. Why do I remember that? I have no idea, Timothy, but I do. Oh God, I know. Yeah, the comments are gonna. I mean, they're gonna fry me no matter what. I know enough about marketing and grabbing people's attention that I think. Oh, please work. Please don't be corrupted. Okay, I think it is gonna work. I just have to colorize it a little bit. Oh boy, that's super pale. There we go. Okay. And I just have to edit this real quick. Good morning, idiot. Do, 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 do. Do. I mean, I get complaints about the bell that's included in the green screen that I do where it says subscribe. I get complaints about that. I mean, people are just so freaking picky. It amazes me. Oh, come on. Do green screen. Okay, and this is 529. Wah, wah. Oh, thanks, Larry. You guys with your options. I laugh. Let's see. Okay, it is 9:30. 9:40. Let's pull up Webull because that's where I have a good amount of Nvidia there. Webull's at 12,332. The entire Webull portfolio just perfectly. It's Tesla, Spotfiy, Nvidia, iBit, Google, and Apple. In fact, I was thinking about just selling the Apple because I have enough Apple in my other stuff that I don't need it. And I could probably put more into iBit and stuff like that. So, let's see my big account in Fidelity, which I won't show. I'm up 0.82%. So I'm not beating the Nasdaq. I am beating the S&P, but I'm not beating the Nasdaq. How did my business account get up? Oh, okay. That's how it got up that high. Oof. My business account for the podcast, it's funny because St. George. Oh. Even 1/8 ownership on that one looks good. Man, I gotta figure out how I get so many followers on Substack. I gotta figure out how not to get notifications on that. I do have to do, and I haven't done a. Let's see. I did ask Perplexity about the title. So Trump tariffs blocked in Nvidia Earnings Blowout. Market volatility explained. So let's look at this. YouTube thumbnail, and I want a green one. Let's see. Let's just put stocks. There are some decent ones. I'm gonna turn one green. Oh, maybe I should do this dark one. Let's see how this looks. Let me see. Oh, okay. Uploads. We're gonna do this one. Okay. No, I don't like that one. I could do that one. I could do this one. Olga, I don't trade options because I'm literally too dumb. I mean, that's, to me, one of the theories that I have, and again, it's just a theory, is that if you've gotten somewhere and you're happy with where you've gotten to, stick with the way that you got there. And the way I got here was buy and hold. And I'm literally not, the mind space that I'm in with stocks is not somebody who wants to do short term or even long term. This is the price that it's going to get to. I'd rather pick my price, own the stock, because with an option, you don't, and it's hard to explain because I don't understand options, but I don't feel like I own anything. I'm not buying something. It's kind of like a timeshare. I don't want to own a timeshare. I'd rather just own the house. And hopefully that makes sense, but it really is just a situation where I'm dumb. Email address is dailystockpick3@gmail.com. I do own Daily Stock Pick podcast, and I need to start switching to that one, but I just haven't. Maybe I'll do this one. What's the title again? The stock market surges. So we don't want to do a red one. We want a green one. Maybe we'll use this one. Well, why not? We'll just use that one. And we'll put in uploads. But it's not because I don't think that options are good. I think they are a good tool, but I think people don't identify how to use them correctly. And I think that's the main issue that I would tell people with stock, with, let me see, stock market surges. Let's see. And we'll take that out. And we'll go a little big there. Trump tariffs blocked. We're gonna expand this out. And Nvidia Earnings blowout. We're going to shrink that down a little. What's that? It's 52.3. Okay. And line spacing. Let's make this one bigger. we'll do. Oh no. Oh. We'll just we'll put this down here. Market. Shrink this down a little. And there we go. I think that's gonna be, put that there. Put go and ask AI. Jacob, I don't have, I want a position in ANET. I think it's good, but if the market just drop for some reason? I mean, market dropped. I mean, it's the open. So if you just look at QQQ and you turn on a 5-minute and look at it, people sold the news. I mean, here's the thing. Tariffs, you got euphoric, and then reality sets in, and you get closer to that all-time high, and it's like, well, what's the justification for that? Really, what's the justification for what changed? The U.S. now has to cut costs, cut expenses. I mean, the reality of things come into any reaction in the market is an overreaction. So I think that's just part of it. It's nothing more than, hey, let's find a place that feels good to sell. And the pop felt good to sell. So I don't think there's anything shocking with that at all. I think it's actually pretty in line. Okay, I do want to put Nvidia's and Salesforce. I want a background, remove that. I also want to move this. And Nvidia. I should bring up Tesla, but I don't. AMD, Palo Alto. Dell I brought up. Costco earnings are tonight. GameStop, CrowdStrike, we brought up. Oracle. Broadcom's just a good company, but I won't include it on there. Snowflake, Salesforce, there we go. And I think that's gonna be it. There's obviously more that I could bring up, but wah wah. Okay, here we go. Let's just, you know what? We're gonna do one color. One color. I like this one. White. Apply effects, and we're going to get rid of that. Hold on. I got you. Hey, you okay? Okay. Hold on. Come here. Hey, come here. Okay. You're okay. You're okay. I know. You're okay. No, she's gonna pee and poop probably. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. This is what happened yesterday a little bit. You're okay. Right here. No. Stay there. No. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I know you just woke up. You wish you were. Penny? You're okay. Right, up. No, we're okay. You're okay. We got you. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You okay? Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I know. I can feel you're all tense. You're not shaking. followed me out of the room. You're okay. Yeah, she's still in it. Okay, stop. No.
Hi.
Okay.
Sorry. One of the dogs had some seizure, so Gary is attending. Thanks for waiting.
You can see the chat in the window.
Oh.
People are asking.
Let me see. Where's the chat?
It's in the upper left-hand side of the monitor.
Okay. Upper left-hand side of the monitor. Oh, there it is.
It's behind, probably behind the mic.
I don't know if there is, but Larry out there and happy. Oh, poor little. Yeah. So they heard me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some spine issue, I think.
She's still in it. You can't get up. I know. You're gold. You're such a good girl. I'm right here. You okay? You okay? Yes. I know. Here's your friend. I know. But she still can't get up. Like literally, if I wasn't here, she'd fall over. Penny.
This is a long one. Put her on a car?
No, you can't touch it right now because if it's a back issue, it can cause more damage. I don't think she can see it. I think she smells. You okay? I know the licking is good. The licking is good. You're okay. You're okay.
The diet that causes it?
I have no idea. This likely, because it comes all of a sudden and I can see her, I don't know if you saw her jump and then she couldn't move her back legs. That kind of indicates that it might be more back, but I'm just guessing at that. I mean, it might be time to actually take her in for x-rays. But this is pain shaking. That's not seizure shaking. This is her scared and not really knowing what she is. You're okay.
Let me take over and talk about Bitcoin now.
You want to sit with her and I'll throw one in there.
Yes.
You have to hold her. You okay? You okay? I think you're back partially. You okay? No, she's gonna shake for like the next half hour or so. Okay, let's see. Camera didn't follow me. Okay. I'm going to get out of here. Poor little puppy. She has these. I don't know if it's a back issue or what. It's Daisy that had it. So I am out of here. I'm not even going to leave you with a countdown.